we got word that there was a group of mid-level Al-Qaeda people who went to the same Arab coffee shop every single day at 10 o'clock. They would go in, it was 4 of them, and they would just sit and have some coffee, sit there and talk, and then they'd leave by 11:30. When I was in Pakistan, for operational reasons, I grew a long, bushy beard. And I wore shalwar kameez. So, أنا أتكلم اللغة العربية, right? So I fit in. And I had an Arabic language newspaper, and I went in. I knew they were coming at 10, so I'd go at 9:30. Sit there by myself with my coffee, reading the Arabic newspaper. And I never said a word. So they would come in, and I noticed that one of them kind of glanced at me. Didn't stare at me or anything. He just kind of glanced. Yeah, and I didn't react. I didn't nod. I didn't, nothing. The next day, they came in, and he looked at me, and I'm sitting there reading the paper and drinking my coffee. That went for a week. The second week, I'm sitting there, and he comes in, and he nods. So I nodded back. That went on for another week. The third week, he says to me, Salam. I said, Walaikum assalam. And then finally, one day, he came in by himself. And I told him, Tafadal.
Have a seat.
Please, yeah, have a seat, sit with me. We start chatting. Where are you from?
This is all in Arabic.
Arabic. And he says, I'm from Egypt. I said, oh, are you here with your family? No, he said, my wife is in Cairo with our daughter. He said, our daughter's 9, and I have a 5-year-old son that I've never met. His wife was pregnant when he came to make jihad, he said. So I asked him what his plans were, and he said, I'd like to go back. He said, I'm tired of the fight. I just want to go back and just be with my family and live a normal life. So we talked about that for a little bit. And then I invited him to lunch. We went to lunch, and we're sitting talking about his family, and we're talking about jihad. And finally I said, I like you. You're a nice guy. But listen, I said, please forgive me. I wasn't completely honest with you. I'm actually not Lebanese. And he said, you have
an accent.
Just the slightest accent. The truth was my Arabic teachers were Lebanese. So that's how I learned it. I said, I'm actually American. And he looks at me and I said, more than that, I'm an American CIA officer. And I said, and I noticed that you're not running, screaming from the room. He said, I'm willing to listen. So I said, you seem like a nice guy, that this jihad thing, it's not for you. He said he was in Tora Bora, hiding in a cave, and we fired a cruise missile into the cave. He was one of only 2 people who came out of it alive. He called it the most hideous explosion he had ever heard. Hideous was the word that he used. And when he came out, his ears were bleeding. That's how bad it was. He said he just wanted to go home.
Did you open up because he spoke about his family and how he mentioned
it was all about the family. As soon as he started talking about his family,
you got him.
I knew I had him. That's what at the CIA we call the operational vulnerability. So I said to him, you don't need to stay around here. He said, well, I have nothing. I have no money. I have no passport. I have no way to get home. I said, I can take care of all of that for you. He said, well, what do you want from me? And there was something very specific that I wanted from him, which he gave me. So I worked with our Egyptian embassy friends. They made a passport for him. I bought him the ticket home. I gave him a substantial amount of money.
How much?
No, they wouldn't let me say.
Okay. 6 figures?
No, but for an Egyptian with a 6th grade education,
It was a lot of money.
Enough money to live the rest of his life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But it was less than 6 figures.
Yeah. Not much less.
Got it.
But less. So I took him to the airport. And I said, before you leave, I have to ask you one question. Why did you allow me to recruit you? And without missing a beat, he said, because I've been here 5 years, and you're the only person who ever asked me about my family.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So you touched his heart.
That was it. I treated him with respect.
Treated him like a human.
Like a human.